Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live reaction show. And Bristol City have once again shown up against the side above them in the league table. Hello to everyone who's joined. Thank you very much for tuning in. Get your thoughts in on Bristol City 1, Leicester 0. As you can probably tell, my voice is a little bit croaky. And no, it was not because I was, maybe slightly derogatory towards Jamie Vardy's partner. Matisse, how are you doing after a bit of a crazy game?
I'm I'm very well today. Got my Easter eggs next to me, getting into Easter weekend on a Good Friday, and it was a Good Friday for Bristol City after the international break. A great win, and I feel like it's just classic Bristol City to go and do this. It's so unpredictable that it's getting predictable for us, and in which games we're going to perform, where we're going to win, and yeah, I mean, we just beat well, we would have said top of the table a few weeks ago. But yeah, a high flying Leicester who's been struggling recently, but a brilliant performance and a narrow victory. It was a very tight game, but I thought we were great, and it was a brilliant goal by Anis to secure the win.
It was indeed a magnificent, magnificent win. We are going a little bit raw. We haven't really planned a script for this one. We've just kind of gone, let's just talk about what comes to mind. And yeah, magnificent, magnificent 3 points. The City against the side second in the Championship. This was the Bristol City team, as you can see scrolling down below. It was a back five, so I'll get your thoughts on that, Matisse. Back five of Max O'Leary, George Tanner, Rob Dickey, Zach Fine, Hayden Robertson, Cam Pring. In midfield, it was Matty James and Jason Knight. Scott Twine and Alex Mehmeti. I thought it would be two tens. There's Mehmeti on the right, Twine on the left, kind of interchanging. Well, he was kind of moving inside. Tommy Conway up top. Before I get your thoughts on that, get your thoughts in on that Bristol City team. This was the Leicester side. Do you remember last time I talked about the Leicester side and I just went £40 million, £40 million. I'm going to do that again. Matt Hermanson, who cost £5 million. Hamza Chowdhury, who's played a lot of games in the Premier League. Wout Faes, who was signed for, I think, 15 million last summer. Yannick Vestergaard, who's played tons of games in the Premier League and I think cost Leicester a lot of money. James Justin, who has been here in the Championship before and was excellent for Luton. Wilfred Ndidi, who was once a £45 million player linked with Barcelona and whatnot. Harry Winks, who has played in the Champions League final and in the World Cup for England and Spurs. He's in the Championship for some reason. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, who was a £40 million player, according to Leicester in January. Abdul Fatawu, who's coming on loan from Sporting Lisbon. Steffi Mavididi, who cost £5 million in the summer from Montpellier. And Jamie Vardy, who is the one of the record goal scorers in the Premier League. I think he's got 50 plus goals, maybe something like that in the Prem. He's got the record for most consecutive goals, most consecutive games where he scored a goal. And he was the Leicester City captain. What were your thoughts on the Bristol City team?
For us, I mean, obviously we had we changed the formation up a little bit, so we moved into 5-back, but more of like a 3-4-2-1. Obviously with Pring and Tanner playing a bit wider. I thought it was. I mean, I thought it worked, and I thought it's risky because Pring has been. I feel like he has been quite open in recent weeks in some games, and he's not been up to his standard. But I thought today he was great, and yeah, I think we tried to switch up. I think we did play this formation at another previous game. I'm not exactly sure which one.
Do we play against Southampton? Do we play 5 at the back against Southampton? I think we might have.
I think.
I
think I remember we had Knight or Mehmeti in those 10 positions, but obviously he had Twine back into the squad as well. We thought he was going to be ready, but good to see him make his second start now the club since the signing all the way in January. And then Conway starting up front, opting for James in the midfield, captain for today's game. And then obviously the rest is kind of the norm, but Tanner preferred over McCrory as well. Just a bit of rotation. But yeah, no, it was a good lineup. And again, a pretty strong bench from McCrory, Sykes to come on, and Williams. And And yeah, so I was pretty happy with the lineup. But then you look at that Leicester side, it's just, I mean, we've mentioned it many times, but it's just all those names are, you just wonder why they're all in the Championship right now. But yeah.
Yeah, so the last time we played a five at the back was against Leeds, I believe. I think that was the last time. Yeah, probably was. And we got beat 1-0. That they haven't. I don't think we've played a five at the back since then. And yeah, today was the first time we reverted back to the five at the back and go and beat Leicester. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. So the game starts, and I think straight away it's a high intensity game. Both sides are trying to play out the back. Leicester, obviously, got a lot of quality in the midfield regions. If you just take a look at that midfield, indeed, Dewsbury Hall and Harry Winks should not be in the Championship. So that midfield, I think, should have literally just controlled the game for Leicester. They didn't. To be honest. I think we did really well. I think we played a massive part in terms of not letting them control the game in midfield. I think Harry Winks was trying to drop in. King Dewsbury Hall was trying to get touches off Jamie Vardy, and Wilfred Ndidi was just there keeping play going. And I thought that midfield should have worked well. It didn't today. And yeah, I think two sides, I'd say, who probably in the opening kind of 20 minutes or so, kind of getting a feel for each other, and maybe just just two sides are, I thought, quite even actually, despite the lead position.
Yeah, it was a tight start. I thought we started the game really well actually. And within the first minute, we were already on the attack, and I thought we got a couple of shots on target. A couple of headers. Just we looked threatening, and we looked like we had a bit more control, and we weren't as sluggish as we've been in past games. And I thought we were relatively organized and quite slick. But yeah, it was very tight. Not sure exactly on the stats of the shots and stuff in the first half, but was a close game throughout that whole first half. Some penalty shouts as well. I think the first one was in the first half. And yeah, I felt like that on the referee as well. He let a lot go. Not as in I didn't think there were fouls, but there was a lot of Leicester players went down way too easily. Did give a couple of yellows in the second half as well, which we'll get onto. But yeah, tight first game, and yeah, but it's the same story as when we play top sides in the league. You can't really tell that this team that we've got one win in our last 7. You wouldn't think that when you see us play against like Leicester or Southampton. But yeah, it was a positive start, I thought. Definitely how we wanted to get going.
Yeah, and yeah, as you mentioned, the opening kind of minute, we went straight up the pitch and started attacking. And actually, did you notice before the game we were about to take kickoff and then we swapped sides? Did you notice that? Yeah. So normally what happens? I think we attack the Atio in the first half normally, and then second half we attacked the South Stand. That was flipped. We attacked the Atio in the second half. Might have been because of Sky. I don't know. I wasn't sure. Conspiracy theories are ahoy. Yeah, I thought we started really well, and generally, considering the fact that we are playing Leicester, we started the game really well, and then really showed what we were all about. And then, yeah, I think pressure started just to build a little bit. But after that, so the first big chance for us, I think, is Tommy Conway's one, where he hits the shot. Is that cut back or? It finds Tommy Conway. It's a good save from Hermanson, and then Scott Twine comes in and he should score, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it comes at him quite fast, but yeah, it starts from Anis in the midfield, and I felt a lot of times throughout the game it looked like we could open up Leicester a lot easier than we have with other teams. And I thought we did quite well. I mean, stats wise, yeah, we did have more shots than them and shots on target throughout the whole game. But yeah, Anis plays it into Tommy Conway, who gets on it. It's not a great shot, but it's a decent save. And then yeah, it comes to Twine on the bounce, and he kind of hits it into the floor. But yeah, he should be doing better there. And then yeah, keeper collects it. But early positive signs already on the attack, and well, I mean, 16 shots in against a Leicester side.
12
Who,
in the first half.
bear in mind, yeah. So clearly shows that we were definitely pushing on the attacking threat.
Yeah, I thought a lot of the shots, to be fair, were quite long range. I think Jason Knott had a hit a shot from long range, and a lot of shots were quite powder puff as well. I think remember Tommy Conway in the first half hitting one where he gets space. He does really well to make himself that space, and then kind of it's a very weak shot straight into Hermanton's path, and it should be doing a little bit better than that. But ultimately, didn't matter. Just as an improvement, that should be something that we could be doing better. Be a little bit more clinical in that final third, because we did have quite good opportunities. We're not going to get those level of opportunities all the time against the top sides like a Leicester and Leeds, etc. And then after that, Leicester have a really, really good chance with Jamie Vardy. In fact, in the first half, had a really, really good couple of chances. I think Vardy's played in, so the ball's on the left hand side. Vardy's played in. Vardy clean through on goal. He's got a score that is really, really poor. He curls it to the far, trying to find the far post. Goes out and should be 1-0 Leicester there.
Yeah, he had a lot of chances out of the game in a couple situations where he just dragged it wide. In terms of, I looked at his goals, 136 goals in the Premier League, for just over 300 appearances, which is pretty.
Really, I thought it was like 50 plus. I'm like, oh, maybe
he's how old now? Like 38,
37, I think.
37, and yeah, he's still a pretty good player, but yeah, couldn't finish any of those chances off. So yeah, we got lucky a couple of times in the second half as well. But yeah, still very tight, very entertaining 0-0 that first half. A lot of chances, a lot of end-to-end stuff. And yeah, just some tight encounters, but no one could find the way through. We had then another ball through over the top from Tommy Conway. It bounces, and then I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Fies? The Leicester centre back.
Fast.
Yeah. Fast. Yeah. So Tommy Clayton, but he arguably, I don't know. I think it would be soft, but I think those are given a lot, and I think Conway goes down a little bit too late. If he went down the second he felt that contact, it could have been giving a penalty, because it was a tug on the shirt near Conway's waist, and then it does really prevent him from getting forward. But I guess the referee just didn't see enough in it. But yeah, a couple of penalty shouts.
For that one, the ball's played over the top, isn't it? And Tommy Conway, I thought we did that really well actually. In times when we needed to, we got the ball over the top and didn't actually try to play at the back, which we did try to do a lot of the time, and that's brave to do against Leicester side. But when we did get the ball over the top, we did it quite effectively. And Tommy Conway in particular got in behind quite a lot, past Fast and past Vestergaard, and he did Vestergaard in particular for pace a couple of times. The ball went over the top, yeah, as you said. Tom Conway gets into the penalty area. It looked like a bit of a coming together, to be honest. I'm not completely sure it's a penalty. Obviously, I've only seen it once. I might need to see a replay on Sky or something. But from my perspective, and I'm in the south stand, so I'm looking straight at it. It didn't look like I wasn't particularly convinced. But look, it might have been a penalty. The referee, to be fair, didn't really give too much in both directions. Nothing was. He was generally quite consistent in letting things go, and I'm not sure if I don't know if I mind that. I thought Scott Twine did a really good job at winning free kicks in the middle of the park, and really when we needed to, just easing the pressure. Whenever Leicester were building a little bit of momentum, he just got the ball, got a free kick, just slowed things down, and we got on the ball more and slowed down the momentum. But yeah, that could have been a penalty. That could have been a penalty. I'd say it's probably about 50-50, to be honest. After that, Jamie Vardy, was this the second Jamie Vardy chance in the first half where he's put on goal again, but this time he's a little bit wider, and then he hits it across this. He's a little bit wider and tries to hit. It's a similar angle, hits it wider, and then that also goes past the far post. And at that point, you're going, is Jamie Vardy going to score here? I turned around to my mate and went, or was it the other way? I turned around to my mate and went, oh, he's gonna score like a worldie now after missing all these one-on-ones. Should have scored in the second half. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that was another chance for Vardy, and arguably Leicester at that point should be 1-0 up, and that's a completely different game.
Yeah, definitely. Looking on the replay as well, he actually clipped the post on that shot,
Really?
and it was it looked like it was going in, and it just missed it. But yeah, so it's quite poor because he had a couple clear chances, and yeah, he scored that. Whole game changes. I don't really think we get back into it. And then yeah, but is what is. We get through. But yeah, on the referee as well, like you said, the consistency is good. Yeah, not a lot was given. I thought in the second half, I think Naki. Well, we'll get onto it, but Naki and
What, the shoulder barge on
Sykes
Naki?
got a yellow card. No, the shoulder barge on Naki as well. Yeah, those penalty. I feel like there was a few penalty shots. I mean, one where Dickey fell, but that wasn't. I was never going to be given a penalty, and they didn't even argue against referee. But a lot of like kind of be very harsh if it was given. But no, Naki and Sykes got a yellow in the second, which I just thought completely against how the referee was doing it.
I can't remember the Sykes one, but the Naki yellow card was a little bit harsh. I mean, he was stopping a counter attack, but then Hamza Chowdhury in the first half also stopped a counter attack, so surely he should have been booked by the same logic. But yeah, half time comes about. At half time, I'm very pleased with how we've played because I'm still remembering like the first 10-15 minutes where we get out the traps quickly, and that's what I said in my match preview on my channel. I said, we just need to start quickly, just rattle Leicester a little bit, just make sure they don't get any momentum early on, because if they get an early goal, the game's dead straight away, because then we can't build momentum, and then the fans turn very early, and it just builds from there. So I thought it's good that we started early on. I think Scott Twine played a massive role in that. I know he didn't get a goal or assist by the time he went off. He went off, and then we scored afterwards. But he played a massive role in terms of building the confidence within the group. I thought really good performance from Twine. Really impressed. Yeah, what were your thoughts at half time?
Yeah, no, I was happy because going into this game, I mean, a lot of negativity, obviously, on our recent form, and going against a side that we knew they had kind of external problems going on with the transfers and obviously all the financial problems.
Yeah.
And obviously they wanted to bounce back. They haven't been on great form, and now after this result, I mean, they've really been pulled back after being 15 points clear only 5-6 weeks ago. Now a goal against the odds there, they could be sitting in third at the end of today. I think there's a couple, Ipswich are playing later today. But yeah, half time, no, I was happy. I thought we really brought the game to them. Wasn't a clear dominant side. It was tight. We created some chances. Could have been 1-0 down, but we also could have finished a couple of our chances. So yeah, definitely positive going into the second half. And yeah, probably looking for at least a result.
Yeah, very, very happy, and I thought we put Leicester under some reasonable pressure, and from there on, it's just all about being clinical. Fortunately, we weren't quite clinical in the first half, and I thought maybe that might bite us in the second half if Leicester do, because at that point you're expecting Leicester, because let's be honest, they were quite poor in the first half. At that point, you're expecting Leicester to go and improve in the second half. Just up the ante a little bit, show their quality, and just take control of the game. They didn't do that. I was quite surprised by that, and maybe at halftime you're going, maybe we should have scored. Maybe that was our chance to go and maybe cause Leicester more problems. But ultimately, the second half was really good. I'm going to be honest. Second half, and also, by the way, we don't really tend to start second half so well, do we? We normally concede early goals in the second half, which also scared me a little bit. But start of the second half, Matisse, I thought we controlled things quite well, and maybe not creating too much going forward ourselves, but generally I thought we controlled the game, and thought we just kept Leicester at arm's length, which is the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. We kept it relatively tight, and we stayed in the game and kept creating a couple chances here and there and prevented them. I thought we defended really well. I mentioned Pring was pretty solid, and obviously with their quality going forward, we did very well. Then there did come another massive chance. Moving on to I'm not sure exactly what minute it was.
Well, that one you're talking about, another Jamie Vardy chance, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
agree with that.
really, really poor because I think the ball goes from Dicky to Max and then out to Zach Viner, and then Zach Viner can't go forward, so instead he tries to go back. But because I think Jamie Vardy's closing down Max O'Leary, he has to go across the box to Rob Dickey and gives the ball straight to Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy has an open net, really, if he takes the shot early enough. But Max O'Leary, my fucking God, what a save. And then after that,
Well, no, it was actually that's what I was going to mention, that happened after the previous chance. So, but it was amazing. So before
was
it
you
was,
talking about the
I think,
Dewsbury Hall one where Dewsbury
yeah.
Hall
So
could,
Vestergaard,
right,
Vestergaard got it to Dewsbury. Well, Vestergaard played it into, well, I mean, three
Vardy.
passes opened us up like that, but Vardy with a brilliant touch laid it off to
Yeah, that
Dewsbury
touch was
Hall,
brilliant.
opened us up completely, and then it's played back into Vardy, and he's got a open one-on-one, and then I in that moment I was like, there's no way he doesn't finish this. Surely he buries it, and it's a brilliant save. I mean, yeah, the shot isn't great, but still makes himself big, and it's a good leg save. And then Madvididi still comes in, and then the second save is brilliant as well. He gets a hand out,
Second save
and
is even better.
yeah, it's just brilliant from Max in that situation. And yeah, another missed chance for Vardy as well.
If that goes in, mind, and that's I'd say about 60-ish minutes. If that goes in, that's again hits game over. I don't think we go and get that goal to kind of equalise and whatnot. I think that's game over if Leicester go and put it in. So massive moment for Max O'Leary, who's kept us in that game at that point. And then after that was the thing I was talking about. The ball goes from Dickey to Max to Viner. Viner can't go forward, so Viner has to go across the box to Rob Dickey's. Jamie Vardy intercepts that ball, or it's given to Jamie Vardy on a silver platter, and Vardy. I've seen a replay of this, and I'm still not sure. I think the corner was given, wasn't it? So I'm not sure if Max O'Leary saved it or Rob Dickey got it off the line, or was it a Max save?
No, it was a Max save. And it's a fantastic save, I have to say.
Well, if it's a Max save, then
Watching it back again. Yeah, at first I thought he just missed it. I was like, there's no way. He's had like what 4 or 5 chances now. He should be on a hat trick.
yeah, because the corner was given
But
after that. Yeah.
yeah, it was a corner, and it was a brilliant save by Max. I mean, yeah, the problem came from the back. But still, I mean, countless 3, 4 brilliant saves to keep us in the game. Yeah, crucial time in the game as well, like you said, not to concede.
Should talk about the goal then. The build up, especially from Sykes in that crucial moment where Hermanton's out of his goal, and he could have so easily just had a shot and just tried something from distance. And the South Stand in particular, I'm not sure about the Dolman and the Lansdowne, we're saying shoot, we're yelling shoot because Hermanton was so far off his line. So Hermanton heads the ball away. Sykes gets the ball kind of I'd say about 15 yards outside the penalty area. If he shoots and he gets it in, it's a brilliant goal and Hermanton's off his line, etc. But he doesn't shoot. He does well in the end, and with hindsight, passes the ball out to McCrory. McCrory, who came on, by the way, for George Tanner. We'll talk about the subs in a bit and their impact because I want to talk about that as well. McCrory plays it across the box, to the edge of the box, to Anis Mehmeti, and on his weaker left foot, oh my God, leathers the ball into the not in the corner particularly, but past Hermanson and flipping out. 73rd minute goal from Anis Mehmeti, and at that point you're going, this just looks our day. Jamie Vardy can't score. Leicester look like they're shot of any confidence. We're playing with a lot of confidence. And yeah, I'd say from a Leicester perspective, in the build up to that goal, they'd probably go, "Oh my God, they're going to score!" As in, we're going to score, because it just felt like one of those days. I'm sure. Yeah, talk me through that goal and your emotions throughout that, because yeah, what were your thoughts when Sykes didn't shoot when Hermanton was, having a bit of a picnic outside of his goal?
I mean, in the moment, obviously everyone wants him just to have a crack, but I don't think it fell for him quite right, and he definitely made the better decision to sort of formulate an attack, and obviously it paid off. I mean, Mehmeti, I think early in the game he had a couple attempts with his left foot as well, which went sailing over the bar. But yeah, it's a brilliant touch, brilliant pass from Sykes as well to find him. Direct pass, touch with the left, brings it onto his left foot from his right, and then it's just a brilliant strike. He leathers that into the left-hand side, the goal, and then celebrates as coolly as Anis Messi does. So
Kylian Mbappe celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit of one. He kind of went. He went. He didn't do like the hands out. He just went straight into the. Didn't
Kylian Mbappe? I might have read that wrong on Instagram. I think didn't he copyright his celebration or something?
I think I feel like every footballer does. Always doesn't come from who you think. But brilliant goal. Happy for him to get back on the score sheet because he has a very big threat, and he had other couple chances in the game as well. Inside the box, obviously with his trickery with his feet, but he just never releases the ball. I feel like he just shoots sometimes, but sometimes it's a difficult situation. But he looked very threatening.
There was one earlier before the goal in the second half where we were all just yelling, just shoot, because he's in the penalty area. I think he's on his left foot. He's just got to take a shot on, and I think he tries to pass it eventually, or might have shot too late. I can't quite remember, but it's a golden opportunity for him to go and shoot, and that was disappointing at the time, but then more than makes up for it with a wonderful, wonderful finish. Get your thoughts in on that Anis Messi goal in the live chat or in the comment section down below if you're watching after the event. After that, Leicester didn't really trouble Max, and that I thought was the most surprising thing afternoon. To be honest, I thought surely after the goal they would have woken up. I think they brought on Kelechi Iheanacho and Ricardo Pereira in place of Jamie Vardy and Hamza Chowdhury afterwards. They should have. They should have upped the ante. They didn't. They kept persisting on playing out from the back, which is fine. I'm sure if I was in that away end, I'm sure I would have heard a few groans about Hermanson playing out the back with Vestergaard and Fass, and when they're 1-0 down in like the 86th minute. I would have groaned too, but it's fine playing out the back. But you've got to play with some sort of energy and some sort of purpose and some intensity about you, and they just didn't. And they punished for that.
Yeah, it was surprising because it was a defining game for Leicester to really get things back on track for them, because they realistically they need to get promoted. I mean, this team, with all the odds all in their favour, 15 points up, and now they've really in a real sticky situation. Maybe the theory is they're doing it on purpose. They're missing these chances because of the Premier League points deduction. I'm not really sure on all those what happens with that, but yeah, it was surprising, and it was doesn't happen a lot, but it was a game where at the end, last 5-10 minutes, I wasn't really too worried of losing the league, in the sense of there wasn't a lot of pressure coming from Leicester, and I thought we controlled the end of the game really well. And I think 2 minutes after we scored, Sykes was in on the right again, and he cut back, but it was saved. So had a couple of chances. I think, not sure exactly when it was, but Conway was offside, still missed the shot. But yeah, I thought we looked good going towards the end. Then they brought on Iheanacho just to, I don't know, create an impact, fire something up front. And then on our subs as well, you want to mention, we brought on Sykes and McCrory then in the 61st minute for Twine and Tanner. They're relatively like for like, but then obviously Sykes adapted that role on the right hand side, and then Naki on for Conway in the 69th minute, and then Williams on for Knight in the 80th minute, just to bring a bit more defensiveness in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, I just think it's worth putting up the actual team along the bottom there. So I just wanted to mention the subs, as you said. The double substitution in particular, I thought I was a little bit. In fact, I was very disappointed that Scott Twine actually went off, because I think he made a massive impact for us on the ball. And as I said earlier in the show, I think he made a massive difference in possession. Held up the ball well, passed it around, and whenever Leicester looked like they were just building up a little bit of momentum, had a couple of chances, he got the ball, gained a foul, and slowed the momentum down. He's a very good technical player, And we don't really have too many of those apart from Mehmeti in the squad. But Mehmeti sometimes is in and out of games. Scott Twine was very, very involved in the game, even if sometimes he gave the ball away. Very much involved in the game. I'd rather someone do that than kind of drift in and out of games. I thought I was a little bit disappointed at that, but ultimately it paid off. And I also wanted to mention it because there's been fair criticism of Manning in the substitutions, hasn't there? And there's kind of lack of reaction to certain substitutions. Remember Preston away where Ryan Lowe makes a triple sub at half time and we don't react to it, and he just subs on three really tall strikers, and we just kind of stay there hoping for something to happen. Even against West Brom, he brings on Scott Twine. He brings on Scott Twine and can't remember the other player, but it was all too late. So, and his timings of substitutions and his kind of impact of them have been questionable. But I thought he got them absolutely spot on today. Absolutely spot on, because Ross McCrory came on at right wing back and George Stannard was excellent, I thought. But Ross McCrory comes on and was absolutely brilliant. Got the assist for the goal, I think, as well. So just did he?
Well, no, Sykes assist, no?
I've gone to Sykes. But McCrory played a part in the goal.
Yeah.
And also hit the side netting, didn't he? From a shot. So again, he provided a lot more of an attacking threat. George Stannard's good and did his job for what was asked of him clearly for the first 61 minutes. And then after that, it was a little bit more go for it. Let's see what we can get at Leicester, see if we can get at Leicester, see if we can get a goal. And Ross McCrory suited that and did really well in doing so. And that's credit to Liam Manning, I think. I'm not sure the Naki Wells substitution particularly works. I think we got a little bit weaker after that. I love Naki Wells. I love Naki Wells. As you probably know from previous shows if you watched that. But yeah, I thought the substitutions were perfect and they made the impact desired. And whenever we criticise Manning, we're fair. We're going to try and be balanced about it, and we have to praise Manning as well because today he got them absolutely spot on, and the subs ultimately made an impact. And even if the players who came off it was a little bit of a brave call to take Scott Twine off at that point, I thought he got them absolutely bang on in the end with hindsight.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agreed with the subs as well because keeping Anis on obviously paid off with the goal, but he just looked quite a threat going forward. But I feel like
something was with Anis. Sorry, with Anis, something it looked like something was going to happen eventually. Whether he was going to have like a big chance he was going to miss, or he's just going to take someone on and do something. It looked like something was happening with Anis.
Yeah, it did look like his day, and it was in the end. But yeah, in terms of that right wing back position, I mean, Manning's got hard decisions to make. I feel like every game with who to start because I think they've both been really good this season, especially in the last few weeks. I think Tanner's always been pretty solid, but recently he's just been performing really at some of the best that we've seen. And then McCrory obviously has a bit more of a physical presence moving forward as well. So yeah, it's great to have those two players and right back. And then Naki, yeah, I didn't think he had a massive impact, but he didn't have too much to feed off of. But yeah, no subs, and then Williams on in the last 10 minutes just to kind of slow things down, which was
there's a couple of moments when Naki Wells went through on goal, or kind of half went through on goal. You know what I mean? He was 1-on-1 with the defender, and he tried to instead of trying to get the ball and shoot, he kind of try to win a penalty, or try to barge into the defender. He's like, just take the ball and go for it. It looked a bit naive from Naki Wells, and you don't expect that from a 33-year-old. So yeah, a little bit disappointed. For me, I don't think he had a bad game. I thought actually, I think he won a foul, didn't he? Or actually, I think he made a foul and got the yellow card for it, which was a little bit of a kind of debatable, but I thought probably fair yellow card for that. And that actually stopped the counter attack. I know that's a little bit of a cynical kind of thing to say. He stopped the counter attack. That actually made a bit of an impact because if Leicester get in and have a big chance from there and they score, the momentum's all with them. And at that point, they probably have 10 minutes to get another goal, and we're kind of pinned back, aren't we? So yeah, I thought Naki Wells again kind of did his job to a certain degree. And yeah, I thought we probably in terms of what we did, and if we kind of ignore the fact that Leicester had 4 big chances with Jamie Vardy and probably should have scored all 4 of them. I thought from our perspective, apart from that, because a lot of that comes from our own mistakes. One of them, the big Jamie Vardy chance, is literally because of our own mistake. The other Jamie Vardy chance, where Dewsbury Hall plays him in, is because Zach Viner gets pushed. I was saying at that point, oh, why is he going to Jamie Vardy? Just let him just stay. Because even if Jamie Vardy has that space behind him, he's got nowhere to go because he's just running into Zach Viner. But Zach Viner actually follows Jamie Vardy, and maybe that's an instruction from Manning, but follows Jamie Vardy. Dewsbury Hall is literally free in behind. And yeah, so that's two of them is literally our fault. And then the other two are, one of them is a bit of a hard chance, and that one he should score. All four of them he should score, but a few of them are our own, from literally architects of our own downfall. So I thought, considering the fact that when you play against a Leicester, you're going to have to ride your luck a little bit. I thought we played really well, and ultimately you don't get lucky when you beat a team like Leicester or Leeds or Southampton or Ipswich. You have to work hard for it, and I thought we did that, and we showed a lot of endeavour. And showed a lot of quality in the end in the attacking third. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely a game where it was important to kind of bounce back after the international break. I think it was silenced the Manning out fans a bit now, but we just need that consistency now moving forward, going past this game. But on today, I thought we were great. We created some chances, and then we found the back of the net, and yeah, a little bit open at the back at times, but Max was brilliant, and we held our own against a very strong side. Again, but those names and those players, to keep a clean sheet, get 3 points at home, a brilliant game, and yeah, definitely removes any worries of a potential relegation scrap, and kind of moves us up. We're out of our lovely 14th. I think we're in 12th now or something like that. But
13th, I think.
Still
13th, I think.
Oh, we moved down after afternoon games. Yeah, 13th.
I think we moved up one position. It's a net game. Well, towards the back of the game, 5 minutes added on, I think, at the 90, and then towards Leicester didn't really create much after that, which is, I thought, really surprising considering the quality they had on the pitch at that point, and the urgency they should have shown, but they didn't. A lot of that again down to us, because I thought we held a really good structure. And held our own in that department. Zach Viner won the 50-50s in midfield, got good clearances, got up the pitch, and we really, really closed the game out really well. Went into the corner, we took possession, we controlled things, didn't really get Leicester ahead, didn't allow Leicester to get ahead of steam, and then again did really well. Max O'Leary at the end was the most S-housing bit of goalkeeping I've ever seen in my life. Gets the ball played over the top from Harry Winks. It's like 20 seconds left. Ball played over the top of Harry Winks. Max comes out, gets the ball like he normally does. Quite commanding, gets out quickly, and then runs like 5 meters backwards, nearly out of play, and then flops on the floor in the most dramatic Jordan Pickford style I've ever seen. That's good to see. A bit of a street smartness. That's not a word. That's not a phrase. But just being very clever about it. And I know if someone and I definitely will. If an opposition goalkeeper does that to us, I will be effing and jeffing and whatnot, and I will be crying probably. But because it's Max, I'll allow him. And then the full-time whistle goes, and Bristol City have beaten Leicester. And I think we've beaten Southampton, we've beaten Leicester, we've beaten. We drew against West Brom at home. We should have got something at Ipswich. I won't talk about that. So who's in the top 6? Norwich. We've not beaten them. We've got 4 points against Coventry. We've got 4 points against Hull. We've done the double over Middlesbrough and Cardiff. But generally against sides above us, and I think we got a point against Preston on the opening day as well. So generally against sides above us, we're competing. It's only when QPR show up and we go away to Sheffield Wednesday and go play Birmingham that we and Blackburn away, that we decide we don't want to play football anymore. So it follows the pattern that we can beat teams above us and who do control the possession, who do have more quality than us. But once again, we're not going to play those teams every week. We have to make sure we beat the teams below us as well. So yeah,
it's the problem of Bristol City. Like I said at the start, I mean the inconsistency. It's so unpredictable that it's become predictable when we're gonna win, and we go into like a non-biased fan, someone who doesn't know would look, oh, you're playing bottom of the table at home, and you've won 3 on the bounce. Yeah, the odds are probably against us to actually get a result. But no, if we perform like that, and we've seen it in glimpses through this season, and we mentioned it before, obviously when we talk about Manning and his performances, we've done it today again, and we've beaten a strong side. If we just continue these performances, just string a little bit of consistency, then we can really drive forward. Obviously, now if we just get this right and get within the squad and then push on next season, who knows where we can go. But definitely a positive result today, and a win at home.
In relation to Leicester, by the way, we are live on YouTube at the moment. In relation to Leicester, they were second after they played us, but now because Ipswich have just scored against Blackburn, it is now Leicester who are third in the league, and after I think 17 points clear. Blimey! So at the moment, as it stands in the top 2, Ipswich are top of the league. Leeds are second on 82 points, 2 points behind Ipswich on 84, and Leicester are level on points with Leeds. Ipswich have played a game more than Ipswich have played a game more than Leeds and Leicester, but yeah, still an unbelievable achievement up to date by Kieran McKenna's side. They are currently top of the league, and they played 12 minutes at Ewood and 1-0 up at Blackburn. Let's get into the match ratings then, shall we? Because I think that's the next best place to go. So we'll alternate. I'll go first. You go second, Matisse. Let's just go very quickly, shall we? Max O'Leary, absolutely brilliant. Man of the match. I'm going 9.
Yeah, I went 9-2. Man of the match, brilliant saves, kept us in the game. And yeah, great performance by number 1.
George Tanner, I thought he was really good as well. By the way, you can get your match ratings in the comment section down below. Just put the name in and then the number, and then that would be very much appreciated. George Tanner, I thought was really good. So like a 6 is like a subpar. I've gone with 7 for George Tanner. I thought he was really good. Subbed off at 61. Yeah, I thought really good display from George.
Yeah, I've gone 7 as well for George. Solid, and I think he's been great for us recently as well. So yeah, 7.
Zach Viner have also gone 7. I thought he gave the ball away a couple of times, didn't he? And that was a bit sloppy. But if he hadn't done that, I would have probably gone like 8.5. But yeah, I've gone 7 with Zach.
I'll go 6.5 because I felt like in the chance with Vardy and his little touch on, I think he was torn between two minds, and he kind of went towards Shrewsbury, and then ball was played in. Still a decent performance.
Rob Dickey, I thought really good as again. I'll go 7.
Yeah, I'll go 7.5. I thought he was quite demanding. He was in the middle of the 3 at the back as well, and he controlled the game quite well.
Hayden Roberts, considering he's up against a Premier League quality side, 7.5. I've gone with. I thought he did really well. Controller Fatawu down that right hand side for Leicester. I thought he did really well. Hayden Roberts. I've gone 7.5.
I've gone 7. I think good performance. He's not in the position that he would like to be, but I still think he did well. And he's kind of getting used to the squad now and playing a bit more football, so it's good.
You say that's not the position he wants to be in, but at Derby last season, Hayden Roberts actually played a majority of the season at left centre back, and that's why he did so well. So you never know. That might be his favourite position, and we've just been playing him at left wing back and left back and whatnot. So maybe being on the left hand side of a back 3 is his best position. That's the way we get
because
Hayden Roberts in the future.
Because that what I think what we usually tend to do is when we play 3 at the back, we put Tanner then on the right, or Pring sometimes. But
Yeah.
But yeah, could be something, and a formation in general that we use again, but we'll see.
If it's bringing us success, then why not? You talk about Campering. I've gone 7.5 with Camp, so the same as Roberts. I think again, him and Roberts did really well to deal with Fatu, so I've gone 7.5 for Cam.
Yeah, I'll go 7.5 as well for Pring. I think he looked a lot better. I think in recent weeks and last games, I think he looked a bit sloppy, but he looked pretty organised and well structured today.
Matty James, who came back into the starting 11, El Capitan, absolutely brilliant. Swept up play really well. I've gone 8 for Matty James. I thought he was superb.
Yeah, I didn't notice any like mistakes or any kind of leakages, if you want to say, from the midfield. And I thought he was, I thought it was brilliant today, obviously with the captain armband. So yeah, 7.5 I'll go for.
Jason Knight, I thought at points was our outlet in terms of getting on the counter attack, and with his kind of energy about him, I thought he did really well to go and press and then go and obviously lead the counter attack. So I thought he did really well. So I'll go 7.5 for Jason Knight. I thought he filled his brief in relation to what was helpful for the team, despite without being absolutely brilliant. I thought he did a job, and that helped the team win. And ultimately, that's the least thing you can do.
I'll go 7. I think I like him in this a bit of a deeper role in the midfield. I think he's better there, a bit more effective playmaking wise. But yeah, I'll go 7. And yeah, everyone watching as well, put in your play ratings for today's game on the players. Yeah, just put the numbers next to the name.
I have to say, Scott Twine. I waxed lyrical about Scott Twine when we signed him, didn't I? I'm loving him already. I've gone 8. I thought he was just so good. This is just this type of player who you just go, and that's the type of player you pay your money for to watch. Getting on the ball, being very silky, being really technical with it. Oh, it's just so good to watch. I went 8 for Scott. Probably a little bit generous, but I don't care.
I'll go 7.5. Definitely happy to see him back in the squad because he definitely makes impact, and obviously now he's fit. Now probably start the rest of the season really. Hopefully get him on the score sheet again soon. He had his one little chance, probably could have done better, but I'm sure we'll score another one before the end of the season.
Anis Mehmeti, I've gone 8 for Anis, and obviously he got the goal, but he had, as you mentioned, a couple of other opportunities where he hit one over the bar in the first half, and maybe that should have been a little bit better. And I think in that situation he could have passed out wide right, and I think it was Tanner at that point who had a lot of space down the right hand side where he could have gone and passed it. Maybe we created a little bit more of a better opportunity at that point. The goal was brilliant, but again, a little bit in and out. So I'll go 8 for Anis, but obviously the goal helps a lot.
I've gone 8.5. I think Anis was at his best today, and really what he does going forward, it doesn't always work all the time, but going forward, the threat just with his feet, and then after he scored as well, you could see the confidence in him on the ball, doing his trickery and just kind of bringing attacking threat for us, which is obviously what we need, and got the brilliant goal to get us the 3 points. So yes, 8.5.
Mind you, having a player like Anis Mehmeti, especially when you're 1-0 up in a game that's quite tight, is really helpful in like the 92nd minute or something, just to get the ball to Anis, because it will stick with Anis most of the time. Just get an outlet up the pitch and get to the corner flag, because he will probably get there. Having a player like Anis when you're 1-0 up, like in that situation against the top side, very, very helpful. Tommy Conway next. I thought he did well, to be honest. I thought he got on the end of some good balls. Did well against Yannick Vestergaard and Bout Fast, where many have struggled. I'll go 7.5 for Tommy. I thought he did, relative to the situation, if I can get my words out, did quite well.
Yeah, I've gone 7 for Tommy. I think in recent weeks he hasn't been at his best. I feel like he hasn't got the service as much, and he's kind of been in a bit of an impactless player. Not to go that harsh, but today he caused problems, created a couple chances. Could have probably done a bit better in his chances, but I thought he looks a lot better and more of a threat. So yeah, definitely, hopefully more to see like that. But yeah, 7.
Well, we'll move on to the substitutions then. So the double substitution, Ross McCrory and Mark Sykes. I've gone Ross McCrory, I've gone 7.5, and Mark Sykes, I've gone 7.
Okay. Sykes, I mean, he got the assist. I'm going to go 7.5 for Sykes. And I thought he also, in the time he came on as well, straight after we scored as well, he looked could look quite composed on the right-hand side, and he got another shot off that was saved. So he looked decent. McCrory, I'll go 7. I thought, yeah, he played his role great. Bit of attacking threat going forward. But yeah, good to kind of like control the game to his end. But yeah.
Yeah. So that double substitution occurred on 61. On 69, Naki Wells comes on. So what, 21 plus 5, 26 minutes. I thought he did okay. I'll go 6. I thought he did average.
Yeah, I was going to say 6 as well. I mean, I know I like Naki, but today, yeah, mentioned a couple of his chances. Feel like he made the wrong decision, went down for potential penalty call, but I think it was a bit too soft. But yeah, 6 for Naki.
Yeah. Joe Williams, when did he come on? Like 70 something?
80th.
80th,
So.
80th. Okay, sorry. I've gone 6 for Joe Williams. I thought he did reasonably well, and actually towards the back end of the game, if I remember rightly, did quite well to get up the pitch a couple of times again. In that situation, you just need to get up the pitch, get the ball away from your goal, and make sure you don't give the opposition a sniff. In terms of letting them gain any momentum, and having a player like Joe Williams, even an Andy King coming off the bench, just breaking up play, getting the ball back, sweeping up really well, and always kind of being in the thick of things. Being a bit of a warrior, if you want. Yeah, I thought he did quite well. I'll go 6.
Yeah, I think he only had 15 minutes on, so I'd probably say 6 as well. He did the job when he came on, just had to kind of control the game, and yeah, didn't really do anything wrong. So yeah, I'll go 6 for Joe. And then Liam Manning.
Liam Manning, indeed. I have gone 8 for Liam Manning. I thought we similar to Southampton, really. I thought we tactically set us up really well, and to be honest, I can't really argue with anything he made and decisions he made in the game as well, in terms of bringing Twine off, bringing McCrory on, bringing Sykes on, taking Tanner off. I thought he did really well in the substitution. His game selection to switch to the back 5, really good, as it showed. And Leicester couldn't really open us up too many times in the second half when we were sitting back. So brilliant, I thought, from Manning. And that is the sort of expectations and kind of standards he can set himself. And we need to see that on a little bit more of a consistent basis if we're going anywhere. So yeah, I've gone 8 for Liam Manning. I thought excellent, and his decision magnificent.
Yeah, I'll go 8.5. I just think in terms of the pressure as well, another big game for him. Obviously, I mean, 6 losses in 7. Stefan's starting to turn, and then going into 5 and 6. Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah, that sounds all right. Let me check. Well, we lost 4 on the bounce, and then
5 and 6.
5 and 6. And yeah, it's changed the formation as well. Brave, and to play in. I felt like, because when in that Swansea game, it was also a must-win situation, but it was a scrappy game, and we didn't really play that well. But today we really looked organised and slick moving forward, and yeah, got the win. Substitutes were good. So yeah, 8.5.
Well, yeah, that's it for the player ratings. I'll calculate an average for next week. Just quickly before we move on to the Plymouth preview, which is the game on Easter Monday. It is called Easter Monday. We have got a little quiz in part of the show, where we'll ask each other a question. You can answer along in the comments if you like. So yeah, we'll ask each other a question. It can be worth 1, 2, 3 points, how many other parts there is to the question. And yeah, Matisse, do you want to ask first, or do you want me to ask first this week? It will all be Bristol based, of course.
You know what? It's a hard one. Okay. I'll go. You ask first. You ask first.
You ask first. Okay, to turn the comments off if you can. Go full screen if you can.
Yeah, and then any viewers just comment the answer. But
comment the
I
answer.
won't
Comment the answer if you can. If you think you can find this. Bear in mind, I did literally put this answer together like 5 seconds before we went live, so it's not that much of a difficult question, and it might also be a wrong answer from my perspective. So, Bristol City beat Leicester today. When was the last time we beat Leicester in the league?
What year? What season or what year?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, so I might have a little bit of an advantage because I was watching on Robin's TV, and they mentioned the last time we played Leicester, but that was at Ashton Gate. Last time Leicester came to Ashton Gate was 2013, and we lost that one. We
I'm
lost
not,
the
and
last three.
I'm also not going to give you a interval.
Yeah, no.
Not after you said you watched Robin's
in
TV
the
before
league.
game.
In the league.
Yeah.
In the league. Okay. So Okay. I'm gonna.
Need your answer, right?
I'm gonna say, but we wouldn't have won away, would we? Can you tell me if it was home or away?
It was at Ashton Gate.
It's at Ashton Gate. I'm gonna go for 2010.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. It was 2012.
So at least 20.
We beat Leicester 3-2 at Ashton Gate. I think the season after that, Leicester got promoted, and Chris Wood scored a hat trick at Ashton Gate, maybe, and they won 4-0. And Matty James scored that day as well, I believe, for the Foxes. So that was fun. Yeah, so that was the last time we beat Leicester. What was your question then?
Wait, well, what are the points tally right now then? What's the points tally looking like?
No,
I think it's like 2-2 or something. But okay, my question's a bit interesting.
Oh god, here we go.
So, just of our first team players, I don't know how you want to count that because some youngsters in here, even though they've barely played any times, but it's the general first team list.
Yeah.
How many players do we have of the nationality that aren't English, Scottish, or Welsh?
So Irish counts.
Yeah.
So do you want me to name them?
Well,
or can I name them and then you keep a tally?
Yeah, go on. And I'm not giving you any like lenient either because of your halfness as well. Yeah, go on.
Max O'Leary.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say yes or no. You just give me no. Yeah.
Okay, Max O'Leary, Stefan Basic. Or you said no Scottish. Zach Viner, because he's I think Bermudan. Or Kenyan, sorry, even. Naki Wells is definitely from Bermuda. Mark Sykes, Jason Knight, Anas Mehmeti. Who else do we have? How many is that so far?
You've got 7.
Left back. No. Just trying to think here.
You've got
7. It's going to be a really obscure one as well.
So you said those.
Am I missing anyone?
Well, I can't say.
You can't say.
So you've gone for 7. So wait. So say them again. You said Max, Bajic. So Max, Bajic, Jason Knight, Naki, Sykes, and Mehmeti. And Viner. You said Viner. Boom, boom. Comment below if you know. You gonna stick with 7? Is someone typing? Hey, what are you typing? You just search up the answer.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, because I thought
disconnect?
the stream was frozen there for a second.
Ah,
With that.
I thought you were looking up the
Yeah.
answer.
No. Definitely not. I think it's because I went full screen. I have no idea.
So you're gonna stick with the 7 that you went?
Yeah.
Thing is, you got it right, but you didn't get it in the way that you should have got it right, because
Come on.
look, Naki, I'm gonna have to count, even though it's technically it's not its own country, but I said nationality, so you got that right. But Viner is English technically. They call it like football English. But you missed out Adam Murphy. So because he's within the first. So you've given an extra one that shouldn't be there, but then you've missed one. So you've equaled it out, and you've managed to get the point.
I've cancelled it out. I see. Right. Oh, that's clever for me.
You still got it. You still got 6. You still got 6 right.
That was tactical. It's tactical.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant.
Right. Okay. Let's move on to a quick Plymouth preview then, because that is the game on Easter Monday for Bristol City as we travel to home park. Plymouth have just lost at Norwich, and the pressure is getting heaped on Mr. Ian Foster over there at home park. And yeah, there is some real discontent within the Argyle fan base at the moment. And they're sat 20th in the league in their last 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games. They've only won once. That's the reason they're 20th. They've still got a good attacking lineup with Ryan Hardy and Morgan Whittaker and Bali Mumba, and a reasonably good side on the whole. But at the moment, Ian Foster is just sucking all life out of them at the moment. And yeah, although at home park they do have a reasonably decent record. They are 12th in the table.
Not recently.
Not recently.
In their I just looked in their last 6. Yeah, overall they do, but yeah, I didn't know they had this bad form. Sometimes they're just teams out of nowhere that come, and then only 2 points off the bottom 3. But yeah, last 6 games including the FA Cup game against Leeds, which is another Championship side, they've lost 5 and drawn 1. So they haven't won at home since January the 20th against Cardiff.
Yeah. So recently their home form has been shaky as well. So despite us going to home park, and I think Plymouth will be up for that game, considering we are kind of their closest team in the Championship, and they'll want to go and beat us, I'm sure. This is going to be this has to be a massive game for Plymouth, I think, in the situation they've now found themselves in. So we're going to have to be really careful in terms of how we set ourselves up and how we go about the situation. Otherwise, it could be it could be another defeat. And if motivation is right at Plymouth.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those games. We look at their form; they're not looking great. They're low down in the table. What Bristol City going to do away from home?
To be fair, though, you do say that, but Plymouth are not like the other sides down the bottom. To be fair, they don't really set up, especially at home park. They don't really set up to kind of defend. They kind of they try to play football. Sometimes it's not particularly good to watch because of the fact it's quite slow and boring under Foster at the moment, similar to what we've had recently with Manning. But they don't set up to they don't set up to defend, especially at home park. That's something I would say. So maybe there are spaces for us to go and take advantage of. Hopefully,
Yeah, that's the point. That kind of changes things, and also they brought our biggest win of the season as well. When we beat them 4-1 at home, and that Wednesday night, I remember that was a good game. I think we can definitely get a result here, and we should. And after our performance there, I mean, it's a quick turnaround. We've just got a couple days, and Easter Monday already off to home park. So
thankfully, it's a short
I
trip.
think, yeah, it's not too bad for us. I think we can get a result. In terms of, should I go for my score prediction?
Yeah, go on then. Oh no, actually, how do you expect us to line up? Do you expect changes? Because I probably do.
Considering we have after Plymouth, we play
It's like a
on
week.
Saturday. So it is a kind of 3 games in 1 week, just about 3 games, 8 days. I'm not sure if we'll go with the same formation. I feel like it's kind of how we wanted to set up against specifically Leicester sides with that kind of quality. But I can see McCrory coming in, perhaps, and then I think Twine will start and Anis will start. Perhaps he'll rotate Naki in, but I just don't think that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But maybe Williams in for James, just for a bit of rotation there. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like a couple like for like changes, just for a bit of rotation. But and I reckon we'll switch back out of that formation. What I'm guessing, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, in the chat, do you agree with that? I think we probably will go back to a back four, just because we're playing Plymouth and not Leicester. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it'll be probably like for like. Maybe some of the subs who came on today probably start. Maybe I know Joe Williams comes back in. Maybe
on substitutes as well. We had Cornick wasn't used and Mabude again. So yeah.
I'm not sure we're going to start. I'm not sure we're going to see.
We won't start them, but it'll be maybe maybe Cornick will come on.
Can I be honest?
Against Plymouth.
Can I be honest? I don't think we're going to see Mabude again. To be honest, in a
really
City shirt, I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a pointless exercise if we do go and play him. If you're not going to use him, when we're chasing the game against a West Brom away or a Cardiff, it's just a bit pointless. I'd say to go and use him, especially start him at home park. I think that'll be very, very brave. I don't see it happening though. Score prediction then. Go on. Let's hear it. Do you think we're gonna lose? Do you think we're gonna make it 2 in a row?
I think we'll make it 2 in a row. I think we'll capitalize on the good performance that we have, and it's definitely famous last words here because this is against the Bristol City way to now go and win away against a low table side. But Plymouth have been before, and I feel like they're one of those teams where we have the quality to open them up and really get firing. And then we showed that in the home fixture as well. So I think we can, if we play like we can, I think we can really go away and get a good result. So I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1. Really?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Again,
we don't score, though. We don't score.
So that'll be 7-2 on aggregate. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Aggregate. It's so childish.
Yeah, Pie Face, even more angry. You remember those clips of him Ashton Gate? Last time that was pretty hilarious. Yeah. I'll say 3-1. Why not? We go score 3. We scored 3 against Southampton. We can score 3 against.
Yeah, this is all the South Coast teams, eh? Score 3 against that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking along the same lines. But you did say, we opened them up quite well against at home at Ashton Gate. But to be fair, Plymouth were playing a weakened side, a very, very, very weakened side at Ashton Gate. They did not play. I don't think they started with Whittaker, Mumba, Hardy. None of them started. So, yeah, that was quite surprising. Schumacher at that point had no Ian Foster. They have to win this, Plymouth. I don't think they can. I don't think Ian Foster or their fans or the players have any kind of disillusioned about that. They have to win this. I think we'll make it tough for them, to be honest. I think we'll probably get a point, and I'd probably take that, to be honest, considering the fact that it is a relatively tough place to go over the whole course of the season. I know the recent form of that place hasn't been good for Argyle, but yeah, I'll take a point there. I think that'd be a reasonable result. I'll go Desmond. I'll go an entertaining one. I'll go 2-2, maybe like a late equaliser for us or something like that along those lines. I think it'll be a fairly entertaining game. Two sides who want to play football. So yeah, I'll go 2-2. Let us know your comments. Let us know your score predictions in the live chat or in the comment section down below if you're watching this after the event. That is it for this edition of the 18 on 4 podcast. On my perspective, I don't think we have any Alex Scott update or Andreas Menu update.
I do have an Alex Scott update.
Oh God! All right.
I always do, even if it's on an international break.
He did play for England.
Scott. Yeah, he played for England under 21s, and him and Harvey Elliott were incredible in their games. Got 2 assists. And yeah, if he's going to make the next Euro squad, I reckon. Maybe the next World Cup squad even.
Maybe.
And on top, lastly, Tommy Conway's also fighting for a potential call up for this year's Euros. Yeah, right. I don't think it will happen, but
he's better than Lyndon Dykes, surely.
We'll see him. Hopefully, we see him in the Euros. That'll be pretty good.
That'd be very good, especially if he's leaving in the summer. It'd be really good for a bit of money. It'd be really nice.
Hat-trick against Germany opening day.
Oh, it is the opening day, isn't it? Because Germany are the hosts, so they will be playing Scotland on opening day. Thank you very much for tuning in to a Alex Scott special, and waxing lyrical about ex-Bristol City players. Oh, what could have been? Imagine Alex Scott and Scott Twine in the same team. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. Thank you very much for tuning in this Good Friday. I said it was going to be a Good Friday crucifixion. It was most certainly not. In fact, it was definitely a Good Friday crucifixion for Leicester. They sit now 3rd in the league as it stands. And yeah, Bristol City have turned them over and caused some mayhem in that promotion race. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you after Plymouth, maybe. Yeah, after Plymouth. We'll see you after Plymouth, where we will discuss all things about our trip to Home Park. But before that, keep safe. And if you're going on Easter Monday to a packed out Home Park away end, have fun. And we will, hopefully bring you guys some joy and 3 points, hopefully, down in the southwest, even southwester than us. Matisse, thank you very much for joining, as always. Do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, it has been a Good Friday indeed, and we're not in 14th as it stands. If Watford somehow get a result tonight, then I'll be damned. But
they're playing Leeds, aren't they?
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, follow us on socials and Spotify and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, if you were listening on Spotify, do leave us a 5-star review. That'll be very much appreciated. Helps get other people to listen to our stuff, and they don't have to see our ugly faces either, so that's fine. It's all very good. If you're watching on YouTube and you do decide you want to see our faces, then fair enough. But do the subscribe and leave a like, etc. You know the drill. If you're watching YouTube, helps give more people traction to our channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Keep safe, and we'll catch you all later. Thank you very much.